welcome to Good Grief, the podcast dedicated to demystifying and destigmatizing grief with compassion and humor. I'm Nikki. I'm an end-of-life doula and a grief coach in Columbus, Ohio. And today, I'm taking a little break from a full episode. I apologize. The week I'm recording this, it's Saturday, April 13th, so this will be posted in a couple weeks. I have had one heck of a whirlwind week. Monday, my husband and I traveled with some friends a little bit outside of Columbus to go watch the total solar eclipse. And it was just, I have no words. It was such an amazing experience. I am so glad we did that. I don't know that I've ever seen a total solar eclipse in my lifetime, and I don't know that I will again. So literally a once in a lifetime experience. It was really nice. Oh, the cat's up here too. Hi, buddy. So little man here is now wearing a collar with a bell because he has been a naughty boy. So you might hear his bell on my podcast in future episodes. So anyway, then on Tuesday when we got back, I had found out very quickly that I was going to be on our local NPR station on a program called All Sides with Anna Staver. There was going to be an hour-long episode with myself and another death doula here in Columbus talking about our work as death doulas. Again, once in a lifetime, maybe? I don't know. But it was a really cool experience. I was so happy to be asked and so happy to be there and share with the public. We had callers. It was such a cool experience. Then after that, I think I've mentioned before, I serve on the board of directors for an amazing nonprofit here called Let the Light In. And I'll leave their description in the podcast too. We had a fundraiser resale over the weekend, and it has just been weeks and weeks and weeks of planning, sorting, and prepping, and it was just madness. The founder, Cami, who I had on the podcast here once before, so you heard her story, did 90% of that work all by herself, and I helped out as much as I could. I was there 2 full days and all day today to help work the sale, and it was wonderful. We raised some funds, but that's not why you're here today. You're here for my podcast on grief and death and dying, but I just am utterly exhausted in ways I cannot express. I don't really have time to put together full episodes, so I just found a few poems I'm going to read for you, and I will put that together and put it out in the world. And I do have several great topics coming. I promise. I just need time to research them and put some outlines together for the episodes. And yeah, on that line, if you have any topics you'd like to hear about, every now and then people will say, oh, you should do an episode about this. And I try my best to do that. And in fact, I think I have for almost every request. But if you have something you'd really like me to look into or talk about, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do so. And as always, don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can. Patreon.com/Nikki the Death Doula. All the proceeds from my Patreon go to me providing pro bono support to those who cannot afford my services. All right, so let's dive in. The first poem I found, and I mean, full transparency, I just Googled grief poems, so you probably can find these as well. But I found a couple and I read through them, and they're just absolutely beautiful, so I wanted to share them with you. The first one, I believe I've seen this before, so you have probably heard it before as well, but it's lovely and I want to share it anyway. It is called In Lieu of Flowers by Shauna Lemay. Lemay. I'm assuming it's pronounced Lemay. It could be Lemi. I don't know. Although I love flowers very much, I won't see them when I am gone. So in lieu of flowers, buy a book of poetry written by someone still alive. Sit outside with a cup of tea, a glass of wine, and read it out loud by yourself or to someone or silently. Spend some time with a single flower, a rose maybe. Smell it, touch the petals, really look at it. Drink a nice bottle of wine with someone you love. Or champagne, and think of what John Maynard Keynes said, quote, "My only regret in life is that I did not drink more champagne." Or what Dom Perignon said when he first tasted this stuff, "Come quickly, I am tasting stars." Take out a paint set and lay down some colors. Watch birds. Common sparrows are fine, pigeons too. Geese are nice. robins. In lieu of flowers, walk the trees and walk the light and fall into it. Eat an apple, a really nice one. I hope it's crisp. Have a long soak in the bathtub with candles, maybe some rose petals. Sit on the front stoop and watch some clouds. Have a dish of strawberry ice cream in my name. If it's winter, have a cup of hot chocolate outside for me. If it's summer, a big glass of ice water. If it's autumn, collect some leaves and press them in a book you love. I'd like that. Sit down and look out a window and write down what you see. Write some other things down. In lieu of flowers, I wish for you to flower. I wish for you to blossom, to be open, to be beautiful. Okay, and the next poem is From Gabriel by Edward Hirsch. I did not know the work of mourning is like carrying a bag of cement up a mountain at night. The mountaintop is not in sight because there is no mountaintop. Poor Sisyphus grief. I did not know I would struggle through a ragged underbrush with an upward path because there is no path. There's only blunt rock with a river to fall into. And time with its medieval chambers, time with its jagged edges and blunt instruments. I did not know the work of mourning is a labor in the dark we carry inside ourselves. Though sometimes when I sleep, I'm with him again, and then I wake. Poor Sisyphus grief. I am not ready for your heaviness cemented to my body. Look closely and you will see almost everyone carries bags of cement on their shoulders. That's why it takes courage to get out of bed in the morning and climb into the day. And lastly, one more. I found it's a short one, and you'll see why I just love this one. And I wouldn't mind having this one read at my funeral, maybe. It's Not the End of the Trail by Robert Dawson. It's not the end of the trail for me. I've just traveled on, you see. Up ahead where greener pastures grow and cool water streams dance as they flow. Flowers bloom of every sort and kind, colors more vivid than any I left behind. Family and friends I haven't seen in years, hugs and handshakes and no more tears. They've welcomed me home here today, a place of peace for me to stay. And they say it's my home for eternity. No, it's not the end of the trail for me. All right. Thank you guys for your patience this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely week. And remember, as always, your grief is yours, your feelings are valid, and grief doesn't always have to suck.